Guys, in today's episode, we are going to interview Mel and Sebastian, two Germans who are traveling as a couple and working remotely full-time. So we are here at SunDesk, which is an amazing co-living space in a seaside town in Morocco. And the things we're going to go over with them is how they're able to successfully work and travel remotely as a couple and build their business. Melissa has a really successful book and website that is all about Bali, and it's completely in German for the German market. So she's got a niche that's working very well. And Bastie has online marketing. He also does programming. He's got a lot of things going on himself. So how are they able to be successful at this and travel full time? And why do they love SunDesk so much? I'll give you a hint. They met at SunDesk. So let's dive right into the episode and find out more. Before we get started, we just want to give a shout out to Office R&D, who is our sponsor on today's episode. They are a co-working management software company that helps workspaces around the world deliver better experiences to their customers. They share our values of promoting and championing remote work, and they've been our biggest supporters since day one. Okay, so let's continue. So we are here in Morocco, and I'm so excited to interview Bastie and Melissa. And one thing that I love doing is interviewing people who are couples that are traveling, and the reason why I say that is because we're a couple, John and I are a couple traveling, and it's really nice to find people who are, I think it presents its own unique challenges and positive things. So I want to dig into that a little bit more. But first off, one thing I would love to know is just a little bit more about you guys. So where are you from and how long you've been traveling for, just to give people some context.
Okay. Shall I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've been traveling almost since I moved out of house. So since I'm 19 years old. Now I'm 28, so it's almost 10 years. And but I haven't traveled all the time. So I always say I didn't spend more than 3 months in one place, but I always tried other ways. So I started with studying abroad, and I was working abroad. Then I was writing my bachelor thesis abroad. So there was always some techniques how I managed it to stay moving without really planning to travel that long. So it was always a chance comes up, the next chance came up, and then suddenly there were 10 years, and then 4 years ago I think I started to start my own blog, and since then I'm also location independent working, so I don't need to find a job abroad anymore.
Nice.
It's made things easier.
Cool. We're going to ask you about that in a second. So, Bastie, how long have you been traveling for? You guys are both German, just so everyone knows.
Yes.
German. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we also traveled a lot. Also, when I was young, so my family, they really like to go to places, mainly in Europe, which was nice. But that also showed us already some of the, how it is, what it's like to travel. So I always enjoyed doing it. And after school, after I graduated, and also did this military service, so not military service, but something similar, I was able to do 1 year work and travel in Australia.
Nice.
And that really got me hooked, I think. And I started surfing there, and
cool.
I mean, had some nice jobs, just in different locations in Australia. No digital jobs, but I really enjoyed it. And then I always knew once I finish university, I want to go travel again, and that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. Yeah,
almost 3 years actually. We met in Morocco 3 years ago.
Yeah, almost 3 years ago.
Wait, you guys met here?
Yeah, no,
not at
but
SunDesk.
at some we did a workation.
Okay.
So we were both participants at the workation down the beach.
Nice.
With some friends, and then we actually went here for working 1 day, but only.
Yeah,
but then we met each other, and then you were already traveling a bit.
Half a year later or something.
Yeah, and then I asked you to because I had a friend who had a motorhome, and I wanted to go traveling, but I can't drive a motorhome because it's very big.
Yeah.
So I asked some friends if they want to join, and you joined, and then we did 6 weeks together, and that's where we actually started being a couple.
That's so cute. I didn't know that story. I like that. So Morocco
really
has a
cool.
special place for you guys because this is where you guys first met and all that.
Yeah, we really both like Morocco a lot, so we came back every year, and we really love SunDesk. It's all we need. We need like, a bit, because we're traveling a lot. So it's always nice to have some place where you actually know already how things going, where okay, the internet is good, the people are the place attracts very special people. So it's always, you know a little bit what you get. So and the surfing and
That's awesome. Yeah. It's kind of like a second home for you guys here.
Yeah, a bit already. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, the place is really nice, and you can go surfing. And
that's all. That's all
I care about.
No, I really liked it, and SunDesk is great, and I don't know, it's always a good option to come here, and
for sure.
I like it.
Well, the thing that people keep asking us over and over again that they want us to ask everyone is, how do you guys pay your bills? Because there's so many people, I'm sure you guys have friends back home, that are wondering how to get into this lifestyle or what to do, how to work remotely. So I think it can be really inspiring for them just to hear what you guys are doing. Because even for me, it's like, Melissa, what you're doing is very different than normal, or the way you're able to monetize it. So, but I want to start with Bastie. So Bastie, tell us what you do.
Yeah, well, basically I started with like being a virtual assistant or something. It was my first attempt on I was thinking, what could I do that I could earn some money while traveling from a place wherever. So I basically learned how to set up websites. That's something I also did before. Just improved on that, and then I got like the first clients on where I helped just writing text and maybe some simple stuff on improving their websites. And I also to improve, I had my own websites to experiment with it, so I don't break like a client's website or something. Nice. And at some point, I don't know, I think you or somebody else mentioned I could actually just focus on WordPress support, and that's something I really enjoy doing. So I have quite a few more clients now where they ask me, or people actually recommend me, we want to move our website from like a static old website to WordPress so we can actually manage it better, or they had an agency before who did it but it's not existent anymore or something like it. So I help with that, and also I write text, like search engine optimized text, and develop content strategies for some like agencies. They contact me sometimes and ask, Sebastian, we have a new client, and for this we also need like to do one part, maybe like a blog strategy or something, and are you up for it? And then
and you always like kind of I think you started with text, then you went WordPress, then SEO, so you always get a little, because you keep on learning, and now doing programming courses, because you also saw that as more you know, right, as more you can actually make the pages more customized. So I think it's a learning process, and start slowly just with one skill and then learn more and more.
I mean, for me also, when you start with writing text or something, it's usually not paid very well. So it can be a hassle to get like enough money so you can live. And actually, if you get more into the technical stuff and you're up for it and you're interested in it and you're not bored or not patient enough for it, I think it's actually, I mean, there's a huge demand in people, or they look for somebody who can help with their website, especially for like also smaller businesses or self-employed people that don't have so much money, but you would still get paid more compared to, write a text for, I don't know, maybe it's just under 10 euro an hour or something. And if you are able to do some technical stuff and you also do it good, then
you can charge much more.
Then you can charge more, and it would still be less than the big companies. So you can actually help a lot of people, because many people really don't wanna know like how to do
but you also have to like it, and you really
I like
you
it
really like it.
I think that's key here.
It's much more effort for you to sit down and write a text these days than just like playing around with a WordPress site and making up.
I think that's the key point. You said playing around, because for me it would not be playing around. I would be like yelling at the computer.
Same for me. I'm super impatient, and I think that's a good fit. I can always know. I have my technical support by my side.
But so for you, do you recommend people like start on something small and then build on it? And also, like, it sounds like you're specializing.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend anything really. It just worked for me, and I mean, there's so many ways you could do it. If you are into technical stuff, there are some programs where you could, like bootcamps and stuff, where you could probably learn the basic skills, which would help you a lot in the beginning. So it's easier to maybe get started. Of course, it could be that you first cannot work location independently, but I mean, I met quite some people also last year who started doing that, and then at some point they just asked their employees if they can move around. Or, I mean, you can of course build your own projects or company, but that usually takes longer. And
yeah, just the whole programming WordPress support thing is very easy to make location independent also for companies. So when you're hired, and after 1 year working for them, they will say, you know, now you know how it's going. So you can go 3 months a year, then maybe 6 months a year.
Yeah.
That's what many people do in the technical field.
I definitely think that industry is built for that, which I'm very jealous of sometimes, like how easy it is to work remotely in it, because everything's on the computer. So.
Yeah, and there are really cool bootcamps these days, like where you can learn in 6 months.
Like
the
programming
basics.
stuff, is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are also some that are completely free, but you have to motivate yourself, and then you don't get anybody you can ask stupid questions in the beginning.
So
and the paid programs usually have some sort of mentoring or tutoring, and that can be very helpful. Can also be online or like at a location, for instance, Berlin, or even abroad somewhere. There are so many places now. So that would be nice. But I think it's also good if you first find out for yourself if you want to do it. That's what you said, because otherwise you will notice and like, no.
Yeah, just don't do it just to get a remote job. You have to actually kind of.
But if you like it, and then it's probably one of the. I mean, you don't have to spend so much time to get to a level where you could already help people and earn money with that.
Nice, cool.
So.
Thank you, Bastie. I want to go to you, Melissa. Tell everyone how you pay your bills.
Yeah, I think it really changed a lot during the 10 years. So I believe, like, for everybody, it's possible to go abroad and make money, but just the way it's really diverse. Like, I started working for diving schools, complementary. Then I started to make internships wherever. Then I worked for startups. So I was working for a startup in Korea, and with 20. So I really learned early that jobs can be fun and can be like really, free. And then I worked for a startup in Berlin as well, and I started straight away location independent. So they said, whenever you have to be in Berlin like once a year for 1 month, but in the rest of the time you can travel. And then on the side, I actually started my own business, because I think a thing which can be complicated if you go out and you just start and you have to make money on the way, which makes it really hard sometimes, because you are not free enough maybe in your mind if you are dependent on your own project, because it's really, it's stressful. Not so stable. Yeah. So I really had the possibility to have 20 hours remote work for a company, for the startup. And on the side, I had the rest of the time I could do and invest in my own project, so I could slowly build it up until I had so much money in months that I could say, okay, I don't need the other one anymore. So I slowly faded out this,
Nice.
and then we still it was still nice, I don't say that I don't need you anymore. So we still, it was a really slow process until my own project were made as much income as possible. In my own project, I can talk about it, right?
I want to hear it.
It's like I started with a blog about Indonesia, so it's just like it's a destination blog. So everything you want to know about Indonesia, it's just in German. So about like surfing, diving, traveling, whatever. And then we started a small publishing company. So we wrote 4 books, which are printed, and we sell them on Amazon and on our website. And it makes it's a little small brand now about traveling in Indonesia, and I can do this from everywhere, and I don't need to be in Indonesia all the time, because also the community kind of provides content, so I can manage it a bit, and then I go there 2 or 3 months a year.
So what would you say is like your main incomes from that? Because I think all that. Okay, I just want to put a plug here. Her thing is called Indo Junkie, and she's basically like the German representative for Indonesia, and I think that's amazing.
Come on. It's true. We all know it. Like, Germans know her as like the guide to Indonesia, and your book's completely in German, right?
Yeah, it's all in German.
So it's super niche, which I think is amazing. But does most of your money come from the book publishing, like selling the physical book, or I'm just curious to know what...
Yeah, I think there are also these are two for me. I see them separately, like the books, because I do it with a good friend of mine. The books together, we are like a little team now. So the whole thing is like is our baby, like the book thing, and I think for sure the book is probably the most interesting income source, because I mean, yeah, it's selling good on Amazon, and it's easy, right? You buy a book, you get money. Yeah. But on the blog, it's there are a lot of ways. So the most income is through affiliate marketing, which is a commission model. So I recommend something, and in exchange, I get a small commission, but it's not an extra cost for the customers or for the readers. It's just like these days, almost like a lot of things have an own affiliate program, like even our books. If you would sell our books on your website, you would get a commission from us, because as soon as you have a shop, you maybe also have an affiliate program, so other people are more motivated to recommend your stuff. So I go whenever I like something, I go and check out if they have an affiliate program, and then I include it, and also traditional advertisement, and what else? Yeah, sometimes sponsored postings, but not a lot. I would say affiliate marketing is the main thing.
I really like that. We were talking this morning at breakfast about that, because I think for Chiang Mai, that's something that I could really be doing.
Yes. I said like the whole thing, what I'm actually doing for whole Indonesia, she could just do for Chiang Mai.
Yeah, and I think what is amazing about that is like you're already providing value, and if you can get some sort of kickback in a natural way that's not pushing it on to the customers, like people are happy, like, cool, you're gonna help us sell X amount of stuff, we'll give you a little bit of money out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think I'm learning by this. I'm like, yeah, why am I not doing this?
Yeah.
So
anyway. And I think people get really used to it, that it's like that, and it's not that you recommend something for the money. You recommend something because you love it, and then you check out if there is a possibility to get some commission.
For sure. And I think that's the key here. It's not like you're just selling random stuff or recommending random stuff. Like John loves his Osprey, his backpack thing. And he's literally talking about it all the time. And I'm like, can you shut up about that thing? But I think that would be like a perfect thing that he could be for affiliate marketing, because he already loves it. He already talks to people naturally. And why not just have a link somewhere where he can get some money if he sells one? Yeah,
and that's so easy, like with backpacks on Amazon, right? They sell it on Amazon as well. Sometimes the backpack shops have their own affiliate program. And I write about backpacks as well, of course, and I love Osprey too. You should have this episode sponsored by Osprey.
Definitely, we love Osprey though. Okay, so now I want to talk about some juicy stuff. How is it for you guys traveling as a couple and doing business together and just being with each other like all the time, literally? So I want to hear like some of the positive things, but I also want to hear some obstacles, because we definitely have our own, and I think we're being pretty open on the series about it, and I think it can be really helpful for people. So tell me both. Give me both. Don't tell me all the shiny stuff.
I think one thing I want to point out, for me maybe, because I was traveling before I met you, I was traveling alone by myself most of the time, like almost 6 years. And I came to the point where I really was annoyed of always being like somewhere new and then starting with zero again, introducing myself from zero. Because some people, of course, on the road, but sometimes not. And since we are traveling together, it's always, I feel much more like I feel home anywhere. And whatever I have, I can talk with you about, what I mean? It's just a different level all the time. So you're not always starting with zero, because you always have your little home with you. And I'm much more in balance since we travel together than before. It was, of course, sometimes much more exciting also, because as a single, traveling as a single, it's like this. Yeah. And now it's more stable. So it's we still travel a lot together and experience a lot of adventurous stuff, but the emotional part of me is much more stable, I can compare to before.
Which you have your support network.
Yes. Yeah. That's, I think, one really positive thing.
Okay, Bastie, tell me things.
Yeah. No, I mean...
I'm really curious now. What do you say?
No, so far it's been, it was always nice to travel together. I've never really thought, oh, damn it, I don't want to travel with Melissa again or something. No, I mean, I think because we traveled so much together and spent so much time together, I also know you quite well, and it's like, I don't know.
Do you think so?
I think so, yeah. No, and it's so far.
I think we don't know any life because we never actually did something else. We just know each other traveling. So, like, I think we also don't know how our relationship is without traveling.
Yeah.
I think that's sometimes couples, they live together and then they start, oh, let's go travel, let's start and then maybe they have been together 2 years, then they start traveling and suddenly they're like, oh my God, who is this guy? And then sometimes, it's getting really complicated. But since we only know each other traveling, maybe I think for us it will be a challenge settling down somewhere and suddenly like there's not this excitement from the outside anymore. So maybe, who knows, right? But maybe suddenly it's like, oh man, that's fucking boring, this relationship. Because the outside excitement is gone.
Yeah.
And I think this will be for us probably a challenge one day when we're gonna say, okay, now we stay here for 10 years, and then we will have a challenge. But so far, I think as soon as we keep on traveling, it's what we are kind of this works amazing. Like I think because also we are very different characters, and easygoing. You are very easygoing. So I'm very So
we're not very easygoing. No, I like. I'm more the calm, maybe sort of a little bit introverted, relaxed guy, and you have more energy and you're more extroverted. But I don't know, it's okay. So I think if you have two people who are very introverted and they don't, maybe they don't talk to each other then because they're like,
No, also it's really hard travel. Yeah, I push you out a bit. Also, when we're traveling, it always takes a bit more time. At the beginning, it was a bit annoying for me because.
Wait, what?
Because when we're traveling, we met new people, and he was always at the side, don't talk so much. And I was like, oh man, how can I travel with this guy? It's so hard because I always felt like I need to make him in the group. But then I recognized you just need a week. And then you are completely fine. So I think that what we made is like staying longer in one place. So you can take time to know the people, and then you can be very confident. And I didn't need to worry anymore because I know you just take time, and then it's fine.
Yeah.
And then
I just need to warm up with people. So and if they are around for some time, I don't like the just plain small talk thing so much. I know it's.
And that's actually what it's in fast traveling. You do a lot of small talk.
Yeah.
That's why this is not so good for us. Like doing because then you won't be happy, and I won't be happy because I think you're not happy. So so staying longer in one place, it's
you
a
definitely
recipe.
thought about it more than me.
Just analyze it.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it. But would you guys, if there's people out there who are thinking, okay, I maybe want to start working remotely, maybe I want to start something with my partner, would you have anything that you would want to say, something that you wish you had known beforehand? Because obviously you guys are on the journey figuring it out, and we're always figuring out more and more. Just something that you would share, some wisdom that you wish you had known before.
I think one wisdom is sometimes I feel like people seeing all these lifestyle of other people and they think maybe that's a dream, and then I think the most important thing before like making a crazy decision of like selling everything and quitting the job and everything would be good doing like 1 year maybe abroad without crazy, just like 1 year abroad traveling, like being in co-living, maybe thinking about ideas and then actually trying out first if this is something for you, because it's not for everybody. Like I have always lived like that and I like it, but I know many people who tried and they really don't, it's not for them, So I think before try it out 1 year, maybe not starting like crazy business, just like doing some brainstorming, and then with the savings, you can work abroad somewhere. And then in the end you can evaluate, okay, this is for me, and then you can start planning, because sometimes people do all these things and then they're like 3 years on the road, they're like, it's not for me, and then and also just first, and there's so many options to do it, like with jobs abroad, and you don't need always to have your own business first. And then if you see that's what I want, then you can go for it, I think.
I think that's a good point.
And work-wise, I think it's sort of smart if you don't see the like being a digital nomad or something as a job, because it's really not a job. So you have to find skills or something that help other people, other businesses, so you can earn some money. And I think some people are really just forcing the idea to get the lifestyle without thinking about it, how they actually can solve problems and I don't know, like get skills that they can earn money with or something like it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So,
Don't become a digital nomad, become an...
I mean, even like what you said, I mean, you started basically doing something like this like a long time ago, and at that time I don't think the term digital nomad existed.
No.
Yeah.
And so it's like a result of something you could do now, but it's definitely if you have some skills that you can use or improve or learn, and then it's maybe the most important thing, and then you can look if you can increasingly do it like location independent or something.
No, I also think really like the game changer for game changer. I didn't want to use this word. For me was co-living. Like seriously, like before it was so, I don't know how much time I spent looking for a plug, you know, looking for internet which is willing, and then ordering so much coffee in a coffee place where it's not quiet, finding people who are, you know, like I was working in I don't know how many coffee places and hostels in my world, or like, and since there's coffee, it's so much easier, and you meet so many amazing people, and I think in our friend little circle there are so many people we met through co-living who are now actually friends. We do private vacations together, and and you get even a lot of jobs through co-living.
I have to say, like some of the jobs I have now is I got from people who own a company or something, and they stayed at SunDesk, for example, and then you get to know them and you tell them what you do, and they are like sometimes we need people and. Are you up for it? Do you have time? Do you want to do it? And that was actually really, really helpful. Yeah.
That's awesome. I completely agree with that. Like a lot of jobs that John has gotten in like video or something like that, it's just because someone's like, oh, you're here and you are skilled. Let's work together.
Yes, but you see all his equipment, right? You see him, and then like one day you were like, maybe you know. Oh yeah, I know John, I remember. And then you know where you would go. Because, I mean, if you stay here 3 months, you can calculate how many entrepreneurs came here. And then you will talk about what you do. And then one day, there's Melissa, she's good in SEO, or she's good in blogging, good in WordPress. And then again, you have some jobs and as well, and a network of friends who became your teacher, who become your friends, who become your co-workers, you know, it's really cool.
Pretty much just the best thing ever.
Yeah, I really like it, but not all the time. And I think it's a mix. It's like co-living, maybe just traveling yourself, just being with normal people, which is also very important. Not just being in the bubble all the time. Doing a road trip, being in nature. And I think that's the way. You know, that's what works for us. It's like these 3 months.
For sure. I think that the answer here is there's no like black and white answer.
No.
It's just to kind of figure out what works for you. And I know for us too, like co-living is something where I want to do when I don't have to think about anything. I want to be able to show up and just put my head down and work and meet people when I need to. But it's like, and then I've realized that there's like relaxing mode, adventure mode, and then like work mode.
Exactly.
And that's why I have to decide, because we went to India and I was like, oh my God, this is not relaxing. Like I thought I was going to go there for a holiday, and it was work. It was work to like book the next place and figure out things and everything. So
it was adventure probably.
It was adventure, yes, but I needed to relax.
So for relaxing, would have better gone to like some island in Indonesia or something, right? And then I think so too.
I think we're learning we're always learning.
And it's changing also. We have to also to admit that, you know, that's good for you right now, and it changes. So before maybe I was more into this whole city, and like a lot of people now, it's more staying in one place a bit longer, maybe also road trips and nature. You know, it really changes, and it's so interesting to go with it. And like the business changes, the travel changes, the people changes.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for letting us interview you. We're very excited about this, and I just think you're awesome, so I'm glad we're doing it. I feel like we're going to hang out again in the future, because I know you're still leaving tomorrow. So thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Wow, what an amazing interview with Mel and Bastie. They are such good vibes here at the house. We loved getting to know them, and I really think that these were some solid tips on how to run a company remote, how to travel as a couple, and how to just be awesome people. I love them. So if you ever want to know more about them, I'm gonna drop their links in the bottom of this video. Hit like it on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on the next one, and we'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.